what do you think the bans will be?
Okay, wait. He was a top player. Wait. Sorry. 2016 winner was Bryn. My bad.
Arpan has not
2017 summer and fall he won.
both.
Yeah.
Arpan won.
But winter he lost to Mukul. And he's the only player as of now to reach all the 3 finales.
Arpan has reached all
Arpan,
3.
All 3. And Mukul has entered the ASL India Premiership as a defending champion because he won the
That's okay. That you can say. That's this thing. Okay, what about Dota 2 questions?
So Dora 2, first of all, we can talk about Signify won the winter
She
season.
said Buriza is a local team, right?
Yeah, Buriza is from Delhi.
Team from Delhi.
They formed in 2017.
What was the highest they've ever finished in the Masters?
So their team recently had a change. So there's no, I think they came 4th or something. Well, let's not mention that because the team changed. But they've been practicing a lot in the past few months. So their whole team has shifted to Delhi. And yeah, you can say that. Nothing
They're
much
boot
on-
camping.
Yeah, so basically they were originally from Hyderabad. But to get into the competitive 2018 season, they have shifted to Delhi. Now they play from a boot camp, a proper boot camp.
Okay, I'll put that towards you that way.
Yeah. And
Signify is based out of Bombay, that I know.
Yeah, based out of Bombay, they will be the defending champions from winter season. Crowley is also mid to support,
Mid.
but don't mention that.
Role change.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just say there
I'll
have
just
been a
say
few role
so. I've
changes.
heard that there's been a role change in
Yeah.
whatever, and I'll just leave it to you.
And Swifty ranks in the top 30 in Southeast Asia. So he was 9 at a point and 8, but every day when he plays, the rank keeps going up and going now. So we put top 30. And the team is
So
led by
I'll be like that. I'll be like Swifty is top 30 SEA currently, and he was even in the top 10 at one point.
Yeah.
So what makes him so special? I'll ask you that. Like, why is he so good? Like, is he specifically good with a hero or something? I don't know.
Okay.
Whatever. CS mein it's the replay of the final. You can say that. So you can write that
Yeah,
down
it's
if you
a
want.
replay
It's
of
a
that.
replay of the final, and we expect this to be the final this year as well. These two were the standout teams of the winter. So you can say something like that also. Like, these two were the standout teams in the winter. Do you expect that to carry on this season? And I was saying,
Any
And-
roster changes?
yeah. So these guys have they lost Shinshan and they have Badman now. So yeah, you could just say like so two entity is the same. Too Easy has changed one player. So you can just leave that
I
open
heard about
ended.
a recent roster shuffle. Let's talk more about it. I'll not say let's talk more about it, but we can discuss that. And then let's have this thing that who do you think is going to take it in game 1? And I'll say, let's just say opposite teams. I'll say Too Easy.
Yeah, sure.
Because in 2017 they did pretty well. They went from being just a team that nobody knew to a most commendable team by the end of the season. I know it was 2017 only, no? Where they had an
Too Easy.
Too
Yeah.
Easy, right? Yeah. So I'll talk about them.
They broke out on the scene in Hyderabad. They surprised everyone. This thing. Guys, are we ready? Oh God, dude. I need. Hello, can somebody talk to me? I'll have to go there only. I have no idea what they're doing. Now we were supposed to. What are they doing? What are they doing? We've been waiting to start the trial 15 minutes ago. What are they doing?
I think they're trying to get the TV. The thing is, let's do it without the TVs then. TVs के लिए मुझे रुकना होगा, 4 TV होगा, इसी के लिए रुकना होगा, और कुछ तो नहीं रुकना होगा.
Turn around 3 times. Start shooting.
This is the first ever Omen X laptop for gamers that go to extremes. Gear up with a machine designed for total domination and engineered for gaming in stunning 4K. Equipped with the latest Intel Core processors, it gives you the power to be relentless. With a 17.3-inch diagonal screen and desktop-class graphics, you get maximum performance to be victorious anywhere. With multiple fans and large exhaust vents, heat is transferred away from critical components for dynamic overclocking. Ramp up boot times, game loading, and overall system responsiveness with optional RAID 0 SSD configurability. An RGB LED backlit mechanical keyboard lets you program each individually lit key to create customized key maps that switch seamlessly between games. With 2.5mm travel and in-key rollover, you can take out your competition with more accuracy and precision. Designed for extreme immersion, DTS Headphone X technology comes built in for surround sound experience that puts you right in the middle of the action. With the addition of a VR headset, gamers can step inside a completely immersive world for an elevated gaming experience. Single panel access to key components makes serviceability and upgrading easy, so you won't be sidelined or held back on your road to supremacy. It has a brushed aluminum finish on an armor-like chassis. A jet fighter-like construction with hidden lift hinges ensures you're always at the ready. And with striking lighting effects and see-through window to components, others will know too. Unleash your fiercest gameplay anywhere with the extreme performance of the new Omen X laptop.
Hold on a second. Hello, camera karna, bhai, dry run hai. Do it again. No, because he's doing something weird with the camera, so. Welcome to the ESL India Premiership 2018. You're watching the Masters League over here live on YouTube, Twitch, etc. Wherever the hell you want to watch us. We are live, and I'm Aditya Shah. I am the Premiership head, actually, the ESL India Premiership head, and I'm also a Counter-Strike analyst. And today I'm turned host because Vagish didn't want to show up to work. So joining me in the studio, by the way, is the lovely Angela, the Zara Gonzalez.
How are you doing?
How are you?
I'm doing great. We are entering season 3. How excited are you on a scale of 1 to 10?
Season 3?
Yeah, season 3, 2016, 2017. This is 2018.
I wouldn't call it season 3 though. I think I would have called it it's season 1 of 2018.
Ah, makes sense.
It's the winter, it's summer. So yeah, it's actually very exciting actually. 2018, right, is especially the summer season. It's always exciting because you know, Counter-Strike never changes as a game, right?
Yeah.
Dota doesn't really change as a game either.
Hey,
it's just
it does.
no, I mean, it's just the meta that changes, right?
Correct.
The game is so basic, and the
Yeah.
best part is in the first month, even as an analyst, it's really exciting to see what the teams have been working on in the in the downtime of tournaments, in the
True.
2-3 months they've had. They have how they're going to change their play styles, how they're going to change, adapt to the teams what they did last year, and what kind of game style are we going to get this year. So it's pretty exciting, yes.
Absolutely. And this year we are having 12 teams participating other than the original 8. And I think you have been working on that format to make sure we have more teams in the Masters to showcase.
Yeah, I wanted to make the Masters a little more challenging, so to speak, like have more teams, and also there are quite a few changes, to be honest. It's not just the addition of teams. From 8, yes, we've gone up to 12. So it means that you will play against more teams, and you'll play against different styles of teams. So, if you're talking about Counter-Strike, one team will be very methodical, very has a very set approach to the game. But then there'll be another team which is completely YOLO, like, like just rush, sort of like Brutality. And then, there's Entity, which is, the calm and composed.
Yeah.
So, and with the new team thrown in there, you'll always have a bit of a problem, like you're going to be like, how do I play against these guys? So I thought that would be a fun thing to add. Secondly, stop laughing in my ear, Gola. Secondly, it's also the top, out of the top 12, the top 4 straight go to the LAN finale.
Okay.
The bottom 4 drop out, and they'll be in the Challengers the next season. And then the top 4 from Challenger 3 come into the fall season of the Masters League. So it's a long road ahead, basically, for these
all
teams.
you viewers out there who didn't get that, we'll have a complete tournament format sent out to all of you all, so you'll be able to understand exactly how the Masters League work. Talking about the games for today, we have Clash Royale, Counter-Strike, Dota 2.
Yeah, we have Clash Royale, Arpan versus Mukul, which will be the first game. After that, we have Counter-Strike.
Your favorite?
Yes, my favorite game. Also, it's the
crowd favorite.
Too Easy versus Entity. It's the finale from last year, so I think it's a brilliant game to start off with. And then we have Dota 2, which is Buriza, which is your favorite. And we have Buriza going against Signify.
Yeah.
And so, of course, all these games are brought to you, by the way, by Omen by HP, HyperX, Intel, and by Nodwin Gaming. And so let's get the ball rolling with Clash Royale, I think.
Definitely.
Arpan and Mukul. Arpan, as far as I understand, 2017, he won the Masters twice, summer and fall. And then in the winter, Mukul comes in and steals his crown away, and suddenly he's the defending champion. What do you have to say about that?
I mean, first of all, Arpan is commendable. He's been to all the 3 finals in all the 3 seasons. And I think it takes a lot in a player to be able to keep that performance consistent in all the 3 seasons. Mukul, on the other hand, when he came into the tournament in winter, it was not like he was very strong in his performance, but over time, just playing on that stage, getting used to the atmosphere, he's been able to prove himself time and over again that he deserves to be a winner. And today he sits as a defending champion, and he goes up against Arpan, who I would consider more of a veteran player because he's always been there, you know. So I'm very excited to see this matchup. Of course, we have this new ban thing that's coming. You can tell the audience
I was about to get to that, right? The Clash Royale rule set around the world, right, for the World Championships has this rule called the double blind ban rule, and it's something that we've put into this game as well now, into our tournament as well now. It's basically a blind ban rule, so you will inform the admin an hour before or something, and then the admin will inform you last second about the fact that you're banned, like this is your cards that are banned. So and then you can't use those cards throughout the game, obviously. And if you use those cards, then you're disqualified.
Oh.
And it's simple as that. You're straight disqualified. It's not like it'll straight end 3-0.
True.
It won't be, it won't be like you lose that one game.
So can they both ban the same card?
Yeah, and if they both ban the same card, it's only one card that's banned. Yeah. So I was going to get to that, right? Arpan has a favorite card. I think it's the Minor.
Yes.
And do you think, I don't know what Mukul's favorite card is. If you could tell the crowd that, and also how do you think will they go for these bans? Will they know, will they go for each other's strong cards as a ban, or will they play some other sort of strategy? What do you think is going to happen?
I mean, in 2017, Mukul did love the 3 Musketeers, and that time the 3 Musketeers was pretty strong. But at the same time, the card needs 9 elixir. So I don't see why he would go again with it in 2018, because like you say, the meta keeps changing. They have a down period of 3 months. They would have tried out a new strategy. But I'm hoping that Arpan playing against Mukul, he would opt to go to ban all the 3 Musketeers for him. While I think Mukul would not really ban the Minor, but he would opt to go for the Ice Golem, because in the World Finals, we saw that the Ice Golem got banned almost all the time. So statistically, I would hope to see the Ice Golem get banned. But looking at Arpan's playstyle, I also know that he doesn't really care about his minion hordes or anything of that sort reaching the tower. He kind of aims to either go with fireballs that directly hit the tower or get something to go around them. So if he plans to go with that strategy, the Minor could get a very heavy ban.
Nice. That's kind of in depth for
Yeah.
something which is a 2-lane
Oh, come
mobile
on,
game.
there's a lot that goes into the game. Because
Okay, look,
it's so simple,
yeah,
it's so
exactly. It's a dumbed
complicated.
down version of Dota, which is a dumb game anyway.
Are you insulting?
Okay, I'm not going to actually say that on stream, by the way. But yeah, anyways, without further ado, why don't
Yeah.
we just get into the game? I think the
Definitely.
players are ready to go,
Our
and so is
casters
our
are set.
caster. Yes, Gotham, Workaholic Wirk. Take it away, man. Where is the camera control, by the way, this whole time? What is he
I
been
did
doing?
not see the camera side,
Okay.
so I didn't know. But
So do that 12-second video now again. I'll throw to the casters again. Do the 12-second video, Kunal, and then go to casters.
do we have a problem?
No.
Okay.
So do the throw. Do the throw, right? Now I'm going to throw to the casters, do the throw. Right? So, anyways, yeah, that's pretty in depth for what seems to be sort of a simple game, to be honest.
Yes.
It's a mobile game, after all.
The
It's-
simpler, the more complex. In some ways. It's so simple, so anybody can win. So they got to come with very complicated strategies.
It's actually weirdly
also,
well
timing.
said, yeah.
Timing matters a lot in this game.
So, yeah, talk about timing. Why don't we get into the game? I think
Definitely.
our caster and even the players are ready. So, Gotham, Workaholic Wirk, please take it away. And there you have it, 3-0 to Arpan. Oh my God. And I looked again. I was like, always. Let's do it again. Don't roll the whole VT, dude. Why did you say roll VT then? Anyways, and there you have it, Arpan with a 3-0 thrashing of Mukul. Angela,
Wow.
did you expect that? Did
I
you?
think Arpan just went back home in December and was like, next tournament, I am going to whoop all the ass I can. I'm not going to use that term.
Yeah.
but wow, that was a
You
very
can say whoop
interesting
ass,
game.
actually.
I mean,
We're on web, by the way. You can say whatever. As long as you don't say fuck,
I don't.
rape,
Whoop.
and cunt. Yeah.
Beep it out. for
Nigger.
me. Nigger. Wow, but
Faggot.
Arpan taking that 3-0, I think he's just coming with all the adrenaline. In summer and fall, I think he doesn't feel that cold because he's pretty thin. So he's
Okay,
able to
fine,
play
cool.
strong.
Yeah.
Blah,
We'll
blah,
talk
blah,
about the
blah,
game
da, da, da,
now.
da.
You saw something very interesting. Holy
Yeah,
shit,
we'll
that
talk
new
about
meta.
one thing,
Cool.
we'll talk about
Blah,
the-
blah. All right, now I think we should take a
And-
break. And then
yes.
after that, let's head into some Counter-Strike action.
Are you ready?
This is so badly timed, Gola. So badly timed. Okay. Anyway. Welcome back to the ESL India Premiership, the Masters League, brought to you by Open by HP.
फिर से साला इधर उधर ही देख रहे हैं
उधर देख के इधर आ गया मैं. Okay, whatever.
You don't remember the
Do it again.
sponsors what?
And welcome back to the ESL India Premiership, brought to you by HyperX. By
Omen
Omen
by
by HP, HyperX, Intel, and Nodwin Gaming. Now it's time for some serious Counter-Strike. It is the first game of the year, according to me.
Yes.
There have been some other tournaments, but
They're not
nothing is the
counted.
India Premiership.
Yes.
So, and it's too easy versus Entity. It
It's
was
like
the
a
finale.
replay of the finale of interseason. I think I've seen these two teams play against each other so much in the finales of so many tournaments that it's always very exciting to see who's going to take it. But as far as we've seen, it's always been Entity Gaming.
Yeah.
And talking about Entity Gaming, they've been faring pretty well for themselves in the past few
Yeah,
months.
it was a new roster. They changed between the fall and the summer, with the squad completely changed.
Yeah.
In fact, and they've come up with this new young roster, which is really nice. They have Marzel in there. They have Sai, who's still young. A lot of these players are considered veterans, but you have to understand they're just 20, 22, 23.
True.
They're not even that old, and it's a really good strong squad.
Yeah.
And on the flip side, Too Easy, right? Again, young guys burst out of the scene in Hyderabad, surprised everyone. Blair, Fett, Mamba, me. All of us were absolutely dumbstruck that these guys were playing so well, and they were playing the basics of Counter-Strike, and it was completely amazing to see a team that is not so mechanically gifted play so well, and push the then Entity with the A-stars and hunters and alike to the edge. So actually, we should take a look at this team as well. Why don't we take a look at Too Easy?
The line and they want to get thrown down. 3 kills for him as they get completely utterly destroyed. Oh, perfect. Oh, Pokey on 3.
Anyway, so those were the 12 teams that we've invited to the Masters League.
All right.
Some exciting names there. A Pakistani team as well
Yeah.
in the mix, and it's interesting. What do you think? Did any name catch your eye there?
I mean, the most prominent ones from all the 3 seasons are there. We have Entity, we have Brutality, who have always been the known names. Even though I'm not a Counter-Strike player, I've seen them all the time. Talking about Too Easy, I love seeing them again playing. And also that recently they did have a roster shuffle, if I've heard this correct.
Yes,
Do you
correct.
think of the change as something that could impact them a lot?
Yeah, so they've lost Shinchan actually, who was their IGL, and it's actually a massive
What
change
happened to
for
him?
Too Easy.
Did he
So
leave for
he needs
personal
to
reason?
he needs to concentrate on his studies. He said.
Okay.
So he left, and he was their IGL. So that's missing. So Badman from he's an ex-ERT player,
Okay.
has come in to Too Easy. And Tito has moved to the IGL role, which I have seen a couple of their games in the earlier this year after the changes happened, and that has affected his performance a lot. Because being an IGL isn't that easy, especially in CS. Nobody can be fallen,
Yeah.
Nobody can IGL and then then just basically win every clutch and get 4 kills around
True.
and have suddenly 40 kills in a game, and nobody's that good.
Correct.
So it remains to be seen how it's going to affect them now as well. And on the flip side, Entity has not changed anyone.
Correct.
So
And they seem to be on a very positive note coming into 2018. Things look much more settled for the organization themselves.
yeah, I think it's a lot of young blood that has come in, right? So it's
Yeah.
really good for them. And They also have Prashant Equitas, who I used to look up to him actually
Yeah.
as when I used to play Counter-Strike Source. I used to look up to him. He used to play in the Asian scene at that time, and I've learned a lot from him. And he's now their coach.
Wow.
So, I mean, they're the team to beat this year, to be honest. There's no dilly-dallying about it. There's no team who's going to be as good as these guys. And Too Easy is going to find it really difficult this game. And throughout the tournament, I don't even think, like Brutality, even though now they have A-Star back and
Correct.
they have Skadoosh as their IGL, even they're going to find it very difficult to contend with this powerhouse of a roster, which is Entity.
So if you had to put your bets, who would you go with
This
in
game?
the first game?
Entity. By far. Like I'm gonna go with my my CSS homeboy
Yeah.
Aquitas. I'm gonna say that his coaching has really helped them, and they're gonna win this easy.
All right, so then let's get into the CSGO match as it goes live. Our casters are waiting for us.
Yeah, the casters are Fett and Mamba, and they're gonna. Oh fuck me, dude. Anyways, that throw is a completely this thing. Yeah. So anyways, without further ado, why don't we get into the game? Our casters are Mamba, and our guest caster joining him from So Strong is Fett. So over to you guys. And welcome back to the ESL India Premiership. Thank you so much, Mamba and Fed, for some amazing casting. And it would have been difficult to cast that game, to be honest. Seeing Entity rape Too Easy like that, 16-3, it was difficult for me to watch even. Angie, you said Too Easy would win.
Yeah.
How wrong were you? You should stick to Dota.
I mean, yeah, I would definitely have to agree with that. CS is a new thing for me. I just like the name Too Easy. And plus, they've been playing phenomenally well in 2017. So I thought, with the break coming in January, February, March, we would see a bigger impact. But I would also like to add to that even though Too Easy has got those 3 months, even Entity had those 3 months. So they come up with different strategies that maybe even Too Easy didn't anticipate to see. So I wouldn't really cut off all the credits. It's only the first match of this league. So, yeah.
I agree. And a couple of extra, blah, 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 round number 6, round number 20, blah, 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 2 minutes fast forward.
Alright.
Now, I think we should take a break, and then
Yes.
we should head into your favorite game, which is Dota 2. So
Yes.
we'll be back after these messages. Welcome back to the ESL India Premiership, and now it's time for the final game of the day. But
Yes.
before we do get into the specifics of the game, we have a video for the 12 teams that are invited
Let's check
into
it
the
out then.
Masters. So why don't we check out that video first? Roll video, please. Hello.
All right, so those are the 12 teams we are going to be seeing.
Ah, correct. So yeah, those were the 12 invited
Yes.
teams. For me now, I'm going to be on the noob side of the table now. So I do know Signify, I do know ROG Titans, and I do know that Signify did win the winner finale.
Yeah.
The
Winter
winter 2017 finale.
Yeah. I mean, they are an internationally known team. They've been growing really fast. They also have 5 top players from the whole country, and they're all veterans. Whether you take it Crowley, whether you take it Jeet Kundra, all these guys have built their name. No chance.
Also,
I
they
mean,
have
even
Crowley.
you would have heard these
Also,
names.
they have Crowley.
They have Crowley.
So I'll
and-
tell you the only reason I know Crowley. I mean, of course, like over time I've
Yeah.
got to know him. But how I met Crowley was actually I used to play Counter Strike Source with his brother.
Okay. I never knew
With
that his
Rishi
brother
Sen,
even
yeah.
used to play.
Yes.
I didn't even know he had a brother.
Yeah,
Actually.
there you go. His nickname was Zorro at the time, and he was pretty terrible at the game, to be honest.
Yeah.
So was I at that time, actually. But yeah, and talking about Signify some more. They're based out of Bombay,
Yes.
so I'm gonna root for them simply because I love Bombay. Secondly, I also
wow,
know.
that's a very good way to root for a team.
Yes, of course. Like
Bombay boys.
you root for your home team, right? Like you're not going to
Definitely.
be watching the IPL from Bombay and be like, yeah, go Delhi Daredevils. So
So Barisa, talking about that, then Barisa is from Delhi, and that
Exactly
would be my
why.
home city as of now. So I'll go Barisa. But
don't
yeah,
you have? Doesn't Ahmedabad have?
No, they don't.
An
As of
IPL
now, they
team.
don't.
They do have
Yes,
an
they do.
IPL team though.
they do. But getting back into Dota 2, we do see that Crowley, who's a very famous mid player, now plays support as of now because Swifty, who's Jeet Kundra, he goes mid, and he's also one of the top players in SEA.
Okay. Yeah, you were telling me about this earlier. Swifty is in the top 30 in SCA right now, and he was top 10
Yes,
at
a given
one point. And why is that? How is he such a good player? To be top 10 in SCA is no joke, by the way.
I
That
think
means
I spoke to him about this once, and I asked him that what drives you so much to always keep performing, and he says that everybody looks at India like we are not really good players out
where
here.
is her cam, by the way,
That-
cam guy?
Yeah, like where am I? Yeah.
Jerry's here. Send Jerry. What happened to his camera? Her camera. Okay. Anyways, cool. Blah blah blah.
Blah, blah,
whatever.
blah, blah,
okay.
blah, blah, blah.
So it's time for Signify versus
Barisa.
Barisa. It's Bombay versus Delhi. So I'm gonna root for the Bombay lads. And who are you gonna root for?
I mean, Barisa has been practicing hard. Their main boot camp was in Hyderabad. Now they've recently shifted to Delhi. They've been prepping hard for this tournament. So I think I'm going to give them a thumbs up and be like, I'm hoping you guys take this one. The chances are low, but underdogs, let's give them a chance.
Signify. You better take this one. Over to you, our casters, Vivek and
Flocky.
Flocky.
Over to you, Vivek. If it's just
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah, over to you, Vivek. And how am I going to do that? Wait, so then I'll have to turn this thing. Go there again. All right, so Signify, you better do this for me. Over to you, Vivek and Flocky. Take it away.